Hello everyone, my name is Duru. I'd like to thank the Change Course Conference organizers for giving me this unique opportunity to show virtual presence in the conference. Before I get down to brass tacks, I'd like to use this medium also to bemoan the unfair refusal of my visa to Switzerland by the Swiss consulate in Cape Town, South Africa, on the grounds of their feeling that I may not return to South Africa after my program in Switzerland. How fair and pragmatic is that? Nevertheless, our future is full of promise and opportunity. However, we cannot make collective progress as a human race if we continue to poison our minds with a them and us mentality. Raising responsible global citizens in the 21st century requires putting aside all forms of national demarcations, personal sentiments, stereotyping, unnecessary diplomatic bureaucracies and protocols. Inclusiveness, transparency, and multi-stakeholder participation are very essential for ensuring a fair, sociably, and sustainable future. Yet, over the years, we have seen small groups of people in our countries and the world at large making the choices and decisions that determine the direction of our shared future. And the irony is that many of these people don't even realize what they are doing. To a large extent, the value of their choices is measured only in the short-term benefits, hence ignoring the long-term implications of these choices and decisions. Sustainable progress for all will come in fits and starts. Therefore, the piecemeal and short-term approach is hazardous and dysfunctional. It creates the potential for juxtaposition of ideas, strategies, and techniques that could create significant inefficiency and incompatibility in the coming decades. It also excludes in the decision-making process the youth, who are the most affected by the wrong decisions of our policy and decision makers. The youth are not only the leaders of tomorrow, we are also the leaders as well as partners of today. Youth participation in issues of local and global concern means recognizing and nurturing the strengths, interests, and capacities of young people through the provision of real opportunities for them to become involved in decisions that affect them at individual and systemic levels. However, providing real opportunities for young people is often easier said than done. Therefore, we must put on our thinking caps, put our creative powers to work, and start creating opportunities for ourselves and for others within our various backgrounds, contexts, and countries. I'm so glad that the Club of Rome has given us a unique platform to aspire, inspire, learn, cross-fertilize our ideas, and contribute optimally towards the upliftment of all humanity. Big or small, our contributions to this end can make a huge difference and help create positive change. You may think because you are just one person, there's nothing you can possibly do to make a difference. You may think you are too insignificant to matter. You may think you do not have enough time or money to do something worthwhile. You may think that there are powerful forces out there that control everything and that you are too small to make an impact. You are probably right. But when you become part of a group, things change and anything is possible. With teamwork, we can turn off the tide of indifference and inaction in our society. The changes that are happening in our countries and globally call for a large number of young people to get involved and help create a new vision and put us on a new path towards positive change. That means getting active and bringing lots of other young people into the process. We should figure out that the very fact of community and cooperation are very essential for a more equitable, prosperous, and sustainable world for all. With synergy and strategic partnerships, we can carry out meaningful projects which will result to positive and enduring changes, while also improving lives and communities across the world. Change, yes we can, has become a slogan of not only a successful campaign, but also a message of hope at a time of national and global crisis. Of course, change for the sake of change is not enough. The goal and direction of that change is far more important. Youth must bring their wisdom to bear on the innumerable challenging social and environmental issues of today. There is a place for us in the lineup that is happening across the globe right now, and we must get in the queue. The world's, and indeed Africa's state is challenging, and the truth is that it is only the youth who can lead the way to the future we want. We have seen a plethora of failed attempts to solve the world's climate crisis, and frankly, the current scenario is not looking promising for us and the future generations. Unfortunately, the volatile economic climate continues to define the environment in which we work. The planetary ecosystems continues to fail. Hundreds of millions of young people will look for jobs in the coming decade, and we are well aware of all this. At this juncture, therefore, I wish to propose the following ideas for positive change. Firstly, entrepreneurship development in countries, especially in the third world regions, is a viable means for achieving economic growth and development. Promotion of youth entrepreneurship and self-reliance is vital to assuaging harrowing youth unemployment and joblessness in regions like Africa. Entrepreneurship is the key to inclusive sustainable growth and development, and our society can only raise entrepreneurs, especially at the grassroots, by substantially promoting small and medium-scale enterprises. To this end, therefore, I propose that we campaign for youth eco-enterprise development for the teeming unemployed youth in the base of the pyramid through small and medium enterprises development. This way, thousands of unemployed youth could be trained for green-collar jobs. The idea is very simple. Empower the youth through training and employ them to take part in building the budding green economy sector in Africa, and ultimately weed out extreme poverty while sustaining the environment and safeguarding posterity. Secondly, I see eco-conscious civil society advocacy groups as viable basis for managing the environment in our various countries. Groups like these can contribute in various ways to the general well-being and health development of inhabitants in our countries, and in pushing our governments to move from the brown economy of the past decades to green economy, and also to take bold climate actions Furthermore, I propose the utilization of web technologies as a platform for achieving environmental awareness and environmental public relations. Lastly, I propose the effective utilization of thumb power, our voting right, and the power of our votes to get politicians to respond to issues that affect us at individual and systemic levels. Politicians respond to issues that will help them get re-elected and build their career. This means they respond when the youth show up in large numbers, when we come out en masse to let them know what we want and what will get us to vote for them. When I cast my vote as an individual, all that it tells a politician is that he or she has done something to get it. They probably think that it may have been something they said or did, or something about their history, or maybe just because I dislike their opponent. They do not know exactly what got me to vote for them. I believe that when we vote as part of a group of young people who stand for sustainability and environmental issues, for instance, our group can make a clear statement about why we are voting. That statement then becomes part of what the politician has to deal with while in office and in order to get re-elected. This way, our vote becomes a vote for the issues we care about. At Resource 2012 in Oxford, former US President Bill Clinton laid the blame for politicians' failure to advance the sustainability agenda on the ignorance of voters. The whole consciousness of a significant number of voters must be changed to allow their governments to address resource scarcity, he said. At this juncture, I wish to wish all of you a wonderful Change Course Conference experience in Winterthur. Thank you.